By the way, there will be timestamps, so if you want to skip this part, I'll see you there. Hi, I'm Amy. This is actually my first ever K-pop comeback. This term is new to me. This experience is new to me. And because of that, I was really excited to see the comparison of NewJeans' debut versus the comeback. As someone with a big interest in design, I visually really took note of the differences, and I was trying to identify what the exact style was. So I think NewJeans is redefining funky. This is why. I would describe it in 2 words: preppy and funky. To define preppy, it's more neat, young, classic, luxurious, upper class. Funky is more modern, unconventional, unique, expressive, cool, retro. And if you'll notice, the only similarities in these categories are youth and modern, which fits the NewJeans title that they keep things fresh and new. I respect it. I'm kind of all in. Now, what was hard to work with as the group succeeded was actually that relatability. In the first debut, they have this photo of them all just wearing what almost feels like a sporty uniform, but you don't know what the uniform would be for. Just denim jean shorts, white sporty top, and them just running in a kind of like sunny beachy setting. It's extremely relatable. You don't have brands that you can't buy in there. There's not a single brand in the photo. Anyone can make this look. Anyone can recreate this photo. And that is what really draws you in, was that relatable aspect. But as they got more successful, every single one of them became brand ambassadors and no longer being as relatable and almost feeling more untouchable. So I think they've been kind of going through this line back and forth of being relatable and untouchable. And I think this is it's not a bad mix. I think that's actually intentional for the story of NewJeans. It's a new look for every single one of the members. It's a new thought process, a new story. So I was excited and I talked a lot about that. Just wanted to give a little bit of a heads up. But without further ado, let's get into the actual reaction for How Sweet. We have a lot to talk about, don't we? Hello. So I actually recorded a reaction to Bubblegum by NewJeans, but I also wanted to do a reaction before and after the drama they're currently going through. The drama keeps going. I can't even research it because it is so continuous. So I never ended up releasing the Bubblegum reaction, but I saw they have their second release, which it's called How Sweet. I don't know. These feel like different girls, and I think there's different reasons for it. Bubblegum actually was kind of made me want to just, just like sit and listen. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, So without further ado, let's actually get to the music. How Sweet by NewJeans. All these stickers, aren't they always thinking about branding? I paused like 1 second in. Why do I always do this? I don't know. I feel like all these stickers are something that when you get the full album, you get all these stickers with it. So they're always thinking ahead. Okay, we have the cat, because of course. The spider, I don't think that's usually on theme. This butterfly looks groovy too. I feel like they definitely have a more groovy sound, which is, I'm intrigued. Let's play. I just realized we're in the point of view of a dog, which is very interesting. Oh, more stickers? Okay. I was about to say, this does not feel full volume. My bad. I'm imagining the cameraman who's just like, this is so groovy already. All I know is now I get this and that. How you know there's only midnight, always up and down. No more sing the closing gaps, spinning round and round, changing my mind. Ooh. Because they're sponsored. And the iPhone. They put Coca-Cola and the iPhone. They are getting their shmoney. I like that it's kind of like this natural, like, oh, it was a car crash, let's just dance in the street. That's normal. It's good music, why complain? Look at the positive. I am completely missing the lyrics because the visuals are completely taking my attention. I'm not gonna lie to you. But also it's so much like freshness, kind of grooviness. We just got ate by a reptile of some sort. Everyone's so typical. I've been praying so hard for a miracle. Oh, I like that. That was a good line. Were these songs written recently, or has this drama just been on the mind for a while? I love this. This is my favorite part right here. How did I do that? The little jumping to the new dance style. It's kind of preppy, sporty, vintage. Ooh, I like this double perspective of the two. Okay. Oh, the little cat animation in the middle. I just think the blonde hair on Danielle, I don't know if it fits her vibe. I feel like she's so like bright and airy. I like the curly hair a bit more than the blonde. It's cool to see different stuff though, you know, I dig it. There's so much bugs. Why? Lizards, car, dogs. Ooh, Hanni be looking good. Ooh. I love her fit. I kind of like Minji's too, honestly. But I like orange. They're keeping that relatability, I told you. I'm like 50-50 on this new sound and look. I'm getting into it. It's really growing on me. Little demon in my storyline, just knock on the door and I'll see you. What does that mean? They just gave us a final glance. Thank you, please and thank you. And then they had the sponsors. I'm so done. Okay, I think it's growing on me, I'm not gonna lie. I think more I see the vision, more I'm gonna get with it. Because originally I feel like these girls, they look like a bunch of friends that are like in high school or whatever, and they're very like different from each other, but they work out being friends together. That was the original initial thought. But more I get into it, I'm starting to get used to the new styles or the new look. I feel like Hanni and Danielle, the Aussie girls, are definitely standing out a lot more in this concept, and I don't know if it's intentional, mostly because of the hair choice. That's like the most like, oh, this changed from the last concept. And I feel like the other three girls also look different more because of the fashion. I think there's more, instead of like longer, I don't know how much this fits with their last theme, but there's also a reason for that because their last theme was allegedly somewhat similar to another theme. But I feel like they were almost forced to change the theme. I'm not sure how much I'm with it, but I think more I see the vision of these girlies just doing their thing, more I'm getting with it. More I like the kind of like shaggy fringe hair because it's more sporty, more natural. If it was too clean cut, it would look too bourgeois, too fancy, too I'm going to Paris this weekend. And that's, I think, not what they were trying to go for. And that's maybe why Hanni's hair is a little bit more of that like kind of natural, messy fringe. The blonde hair on Danielle, I think she has so much movement, right? They're so sporty. If the wig is lifting at the back, it's a little bit noticeable, but Danielle's always looking like a snack, so. I picture her as this kind of like little ball of sunshine, so I think this more like long Barbie hair, and you picture Barbie, let's go party. You know, it's not Danielle's vibe. I feel like she has a lot more of a personal, I think the curly hair fits her too, but I think no, it was this picture. This is what they should stick with in my opinion. Keep it to this. Let her show her natural curly hair. You don't need to add too much volume or extensions, and it will be easier not to. For Hanni, I actually like this like concept photo just because with the short hair, it makes her look like it's a little more high maintenance when all the other girls aren't fitting that like keep it style. A bob is hard to style. It's hard to put in a ponytail and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know. First, let's go over the cinematography. There is a lot of point of view shots. Literally, you start with a dog's point of view watching NewJeans. Later on, you have a pigeon looking at NewJeans. Then you have CCTV shots of NewJeans. And if this doesn't give the impression of NewJeans always being watched, I don't know what does. It's a very subtle way of doing it, but I think it's talking about our constant gaze on these 5 girls. As they say, "Don't you know how sweet it tastes now that I'm without you?" On the surface, the lyric sounds like it's about a romantic relationship. But when you think about it, in context of how young they are and how dependent their life has been on being a K-pop idol, to me, it seems more likely to relate to the sabotage of their success, which will probably be covered more in the Bubblegum music video reaction. Is something not eerie about ignoring something detrimental, such as a car crash, and dancing through it with a smile? Because keep in mind, they're always being watched. To me, that is what this music video means. When you hear the song, you think it's so lighthearted about a romantic teenage relationship. But when you get into it and you realize that these girls probably haven't had time to be in a teenage relationship, but they have had plenty of time to focus on, or at least acknowledge all the eyes on them as they became K-pop artists. I don't know, something about that. The last thing I want to mention is the last scene of a demon or troll taking pictures, which also feels a little bit weird. That one I think is almost open-ended on what it means. I think I need more context on why they would choose that. Comment down below what you think this means. Now I'm gonna rant a little bit outside of the music video and more about the visual concept that the girls are executing recently. I wanna go through their concept photos just to explain what I mean. First of all, where do I start? I'm gonna start with the general concept photos. I'm gonna say this is kind of the main general concept photo of their style and their new hair. I'm gonna start right to left. I don't even know why. I think because I'm gonna start with Danielle. I like that they're really acknowledging and even emphasizing her naturally curly hair, because we saw only a few hairstyles where she kind of showed her curls, but it wasn't extremely curly. And this, I think she's trying to have her natural hair blend in with some extensions, and it's giving, I'm gonna say like an 80s yearbook vibe. And that's the thing with their concept altogether, because let's zoom out, okay? I'm gonna try not to rant too much. The 2 big hair changes are Danielle and Hanni. Hanni got this short, kind of messy bob, which is interesting just because I feel like Danielle is giving vintage 80s queen, prom queen, annihilating. Hanni is giving elegance, mature. She went from her last concept of being kind of young, always having like the double ponytails, being super cute, to now having this more edgy, mature fringe, which I feel like is kind of out of place, but I'll explain why it's kind of in place at the same time in a minute. Then we have more sporty looks. These girls look like they are sponsored by Nike at all times, and they're wearing a lot more headbands, which is why I'm wearing a headband today, and high ponytails, which is a little bit more sporty. So in some of the photos I saw that. I feel like this is kind of weird on Minji specifically, because when I picture Minji, out of the group, she always had the more like old money look, Chanel, very put together, would be the one with the tweed jacket out of all of them. And she gave like the eldest, most mature vibe. And now this is getting like very, very sporty. And I think the reason they're doing this is because they went from having this very relatable theme that made them have the success that they have, or at least is a part of the reason. But then when they started getting all these big brands and being literally the face of these brands, they were not normal anymore. They were high money, high establishment, and it was intimidating. So I think they're trying to stick more to a nostalgic, relatable look, keep that young, youthful like flavor. And that's why in this photo they literally look like a sports team. Like they are about to, I don't even know what sport. The sport might be looking good, and if so, they are winning. All W's. In this photo, I think it's a part of the concept, but it's before Hanni's bob. So I don't know if we're gonna start having different hair with Hanni in this, or is it gonna be like strictly the bob. I don't know how much I like the bob. I feel like I would like it if it was more clean and just a little bit more long. I don't know, actually. It's more that it's such a switch up, but I think the reason they had to switch up is because of all the drama, because of the accusations of having their style copied. So they probably wanted to do something more different. The idea was to do something more vintage. Instead of doing Y2K, maybe doing 80s, not even 90s. They skipped the 90s, just went straight to kind of like more 80s. Because the 80s also had this kind of like hip hop, which is funny because I don't think bubblegum was very hip hop at all, but had this more hip hop sporty look. I'm confused. When I looked it up, they said it was city pop, which I think they were talking about the music, but they were also kind of talking about the theme, which I think city pop comes from more of this like Japanese
style, because when I looked up city pop, this is kind of like some of the things that popped up. And I think the Hanni haircut might come from that city pop style. I was trying to make it make sense. In some ways, I feel like I guess it works, but maybe I just need to follow the story more and I'm not completely understanding the full-on picture. But I think if I were to make a concept, just you know, for fun, a case study, if you will, if I had to make a NewJeans concept theme for the new music that I don't know a single thing about yet, I think I would actually embrace that new maturity, the fact that they are endorsed by all these brands, and not necessarily like show it off. You still want to be relatable, but I think what makes them relatable is actually their personality, which we already are quite acquainted with. So I think it would be okay if you kind of went for more of like an elegant, more lace. It follows the same ballet cord that you had previously. I think it would fit the theme. The way that this is layered, it's not like sexy lace, you know, it's like very elegant. I don't know. This, when I saw this, I was like, I feel like NewJeans could create this as their concept. Like, I think it would actually very much fit the second, more mature version of their visual concept. I don't know. I'm a very big visual person, so that's why I'm making so much comments on like the new look of this concept. Like I said in all these pictures with the bubble blowing and all that stuff, I feel like it's just like the relatable, lighthearted, airy feel. And their music is actually very like relatable, lighthearted, airy. So the look does fit the music, but I just think it's such a switch up. I do like it. I'm seeing the vision. I feel like I'm trying to understand the visuals, because a part of what I love so much about NewJeans is literally the idea, the storytelling, and the visuals they put in their music videos. Is what makes me so like excited and why I'm here immediately after I saw it was released. So yeah, this was just supposed to be a little short video about NewJeans. I will release my bubblegum music video, but it might actually be in a while because I kind of want to talk about my first impressions. I'm chilling. I'm having a good time. I hope you're having a good time, and I also hope to see you next video. Bye!